When the Edmonton Oilers made that trade for Matt Savoie, I was actually really, 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 really surprised. But here's the thing, I absolutely love trades where you just don't really see the trade coming and it just throws you completely off guard. Because a lot of the trades that we get today are trades that are rumored and trades that we kind of know are probably going to happen to some degree and things like that. So when they acquired Savoy, I really, really like that. Now, the Buffalo Sabres, though, here's the thing. When that trade went down, my take on it was the Buffalo Sabres did better than you think. I thought the trade was a win for Edmonton. But I was like, Ryan McLeod is actually pretty good. Like, he's not a bad player by any means. And he plays center as well. Now, no, so does Savoy, but we're going to get into that. So the Oilers today have recalled Savoy, and they actually recalled Derek Ryan as well. And there's rumors that he's probably going to be staying with the team over this next trip once the Four Nations face-off is done. This is really, really good. I honestly was surprised he hadn't got a little bit more time with the Oilers. I'm really excited to see what he can actually do in the NHL. Now, when we analyze a player's American Hockey League stats, we have to look at the age that he's performing, his point per game level at, right? That's a very important thing. Because if you're a 28-year-old playing really good in the American Hockey League, it's not necessarily as big of a deal as a kid in their early 20s and especially 21. The best thing about him, too, is that he's a right-hand shooting center, which is really, really important. Right? So, I mean, again, centers are everything. So if the Oilers can develop him properly, I'm going to tell you right now, this could be a huge get for them. Now, he has 37 points in 45 games. I'm not really sure, I don't want to get too ahead of myself with this discussion on the Oilers prospect, but I really do believe they really want to keep him in the lineup for a while here. I wouldn't say he's going to get a playoff spot, right? I'm not saying that by any means, although an injection of youth in the Oilers lineup could be really good. Plus, if he can play center, that would be good as well. Now, I think that he probably may play wing to start. He'll probably be like a winger center to start. I would much prefer if the Oilers eventually developed him as a center. Again, center is everything. I understand they have McDavid and whatever, but they could use some more depth there. A lot of the acquisitions that you make around the deadline can just be players that you add in, right? So essentially you can add in a player that you already have without giving up assets. This is one of the best ways to just improve your team. Now, I remember when this trade went down, I said Ryan McLeod was pretty good, and he is pretty good. I hear some Oilers fans online talking about how the Edmonton Oilers didn't do that well with this trade because McLeod has actually been up with the Buffalo Sabres all year, and he's actually performing very, very well for them. I actually disagree with that. I don't mind when teams make bets like this, where they make a bet and say, hey, listen, we believe this guy's going to be good. Let's take a swing at him. Let's not forget, this is a guy that was drafted 9th overall, right after Marco Kasper in the 2022 NHL draft. This is why I was so surprised that they traded him. Not that McLeod is, not a good player. It's just that Savoie has the potential to be so much more, right? With that kind of pedigree, he has potential to be a top 6 center, right? And that would be a massive win for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, to be fair, that was kind of a strange draft that year. I remember Juraj Slafkovsky went number 1 overall, which I personally thought was incredibly questionable. I think that Montreal did not draft very well. I'm not saying Slav is a horrible player, but I don't know. That draft was a strange one to me. Sometimes you just have a draft that I don't know. It's just it's not consistent with other drafts. I really feel like teams should swing for the fences. With draft picks, so whatever. Now, I will mention one more thing when we talk about trade rumors. He is the Oilers' number 1 prospect. And if you listen to my Edmonton Oiler videos, I'm very consistent on the Oilers going for him. You could make an argument that it might make sense for the Oilers to move Savoie. So, What the Oilers are doing here is really smart. Essentially, what they're doing is they're saying, "Hey, let's take a look at this guy. Let's take a look at this prospect. Let's see what he's got before we make a move on him." I think, and this is my official opinion, that I think that it might make sense to ultimately move him due to the fact that, again, you're a competitive team. I really want the Oilers to go for it this year. I think they should go for it. I think they will go for it. I think if the Oilers make the right moves, this is a cup champion team. I think that this team this year, I want them to improve their goaltending, but I think that they're winning the Stanley Cup this year. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of fans don't understand that you have to make bold moves to win Lord Stanley. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to win Lord Stanley, making these soft around the edges moves. This is why I'm a Leaf fan. This is why I've been so critical of the Maple Leafs, because they absolutely refuse to trade a top prospect. And I'm like, why? Just go for it. Why not put Easton Cowan on the table? Why not put Ben Danforth? Why not put Minter? Why not put your 2026 first-round pick? Here's the thing. If you want to keep your team together and you want to tell your fans that this is a team that can win, then you got to show fans and go for it. At the end of the day, it's not like we're going to be good in 4 years anyway if all of these guys leave either way. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, who cares? Just go for it. So while I do like Savoie, I actually wouldn't mind the Oilers going for it and trading him. But one more thing is that Savoie sounded off saying that he's really excited to be here and he's excited to see what position the Edmonton Oilers put him in. So I'm also excited with that. I would like to see him perform good in the NHL and then pump up his value and then see if you could even get more for him. I would really love the Oilers to make some big moves ahead of the deadline, but I mean, we'll have to see. Anyways, I am going to end this video there. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And make sure to have a great day, guys. Goodbye.